There we are. Okay. Audio sounds good. All right. We should be good tonight. Bring it up. All right. Bring it down just a little. Presets. There we go. Right about there. What's up, Groves? How you doing? Hey, John. I'm glad you're here. Do you feel like doing your roses tonight? I'm gonna go back this way. There we go. So I'm just messing with settings here. What's up, Dragonfly? Cruising, how are you? Okay, we should be good audio-wise. Yeah, I think we're all good. I think we're good. Okay, yeah. Doing your laundry? That's never fun. I don't mind folding clothes. I actually don't mind folding clothes. I just don't like the laundry part. Yeah, we got a little bit of glass. We got some going on. John, I didn't hear from you. If you want to do the roses tonight, I have them set out for you if you want. If not, we can make it another night. It's completely up to you. And yeah, live stream looks good. Welcome in. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good morning. Crap. Good evening. I'll tell you where my head's at. All right, let's do it. Let's start with yours. We're going to start with the gold one that you chose. This is option B. For those of you who don't know, we're going to bring it over and we're going to use that right there. So we're doing that one. You see it much better on YouTube, but there it is on TikTok and vertical. Okay, so yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to get that one done. Let's pull some gold out of here. Let's grab the gold vault. I call it the gold vault. All right, so we're going to chip off a little piece of gold here for John's roses. Well, silver for one, gold for the first one that we're going to do. I'll drop that right in there. Did that clip? Oh, that's a tiny piece. I'll clip one more piece off here. So what I'm doing is I'm cutting a little gold coin. Make sure we got enough in there. Yeah. I'm going to create a second one just to be safe here. So we're cutting up a gold coin. This coin is what's used to color the glass. Come right up in there. Squiggle it off. Like so. A little bit there. And a little bit more. I do not like cutting this sometimes. Luckily, gold is very soft. There, that got a chunk. All right. So first things first, we're going to cut the, make the gold rods for the fuming process here, and then we will go in straight into the roses. Let's grab some holding rods here. Yeah, we're going to cut fresh. I don't want to, oh no, this one will work. So what we're doing right now is we're going to pick up a little chunk of gold. It is pure gold that I cut off a gold coin there. And I use it for coloring the glass. It's a process that dates back a while called fuming. And it's a pretty cool little process here. I don't know if the side cam will pick it up, but there it is right on that tip right there. That little chunky monkey right there. Gonna drop that one in the kiln. Now the next one I'm picking up is a little bit different. This one's a little bigger of a chunk, and I don't like it too big. Little too big. What is that on the bottom left? I don't know what you're referring to. Cruising. What's that, Bale? Yeah, we could do a flower out of Galaxy. That is correct. It would have a price difference, though, because Galaxy is a little bit on the expensive side as far as the color is concerned. So it does run a little bit more on that one. And there is the little chunk of gold right there. You got it. That one's definitely visible. But yeah, we could definitely do it. Okay, so we're going to start off with John's Rose. We're going to be making this. It's going to be all in clear. I'm going to bring it up this way, like this. And then we're going to change it over with the coloring of gold. So let me grab what I need to grab here. Actually, we're just going to start fresh. We're going to start with a fresh rod here. There we go. And we'll make it from there. Okay. Break that off. So this is how we start off, just a little portion right there. Let me see if I can get this to work. I'm not sure. Give me 1 second here. Not sure I can get this to work. I'm going to have to figure it out later. Right now we're on the vertical live stream, or the horizontal, so the horizontal view is coming about. And the vertical is only pretty much on TikTok, unless you're on a short stream on YouTube. And here we go. I have no control over the ads when they do it. Okay, here we go. So we're going to bring it in, and we're going to create the taco petal. This is the very first one. And most of you are going to get used to my terminology here when I say taco. Taco petals or other petals. Just the way it is. I'm going to bring it out, flatten. We're going to attach like that and pull it down. And there we go. Actually, don't need this for a little while. And we're going to flatten this out. And there we are. So there is the taco version of the the petal. I'm going to try and come to the side view. You can definitely see it on side view. All right, now we start making the regular petals. We're going to get it all done. Yeah, that sphere above the shark area is the galaxy marble. That is a fantastic marble to make. It's very interesting how it's done. It actually starts off as tubing. The whole thing starts off as a tube, like a hollow tube. And then we turn it into a solid marble, and the hollow tubing helps incorporate that beginning galaxy in there. So we're going to bring it in and just kind of float it in. And we're going to continue going all the way around. Red Squeak, thank you for sharing the live. I actually have, I think I have that marble still available, that actual one I might have. I made like several galaxies, and I think I have that one. I'm not sure. I know I've got 2 of them. All right, here we go. So this marble is being made for John on here. And just so you know, John, this is now going into a playlist. So if you look on my YouTube, there's a playlist called Forever Rose. So these are going into the Forever Rose playlist. Okay, that little chunk of glass has to come off. And here we go. So I'm going to do something a little different tonight. We're going to do one of these flowers like this for a little while. And I'm debating on switching over from the horizontal stream to the vertical stream for half the time. So bring it down. And there we go. Start fusing that in. But I have to start incorporating the horizontal live stream. It is something I have to start putting in. So we'll still be mixing it up into short and horizontal. Okay, right there. Okay. There we go. Let me bring it down. And then I'm going to set up Instagram as well. We're going to go for Instagram as well. Are you having a hard time with volume? That shouldn't be affected at all. So if the volume's off, I can change microphones. Your phone's always all the way up? Okay, we can change microphones real quick. Doop, 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 doop. That's easy. I might need to adjust the setting later. Let's bring this guy out. Put it together. This one should be better. Temporarily. And we're going to just change it over. There we go. Should be all good. Okay, so we got the first 6 petals engaged here. We're going to go on the side view here. We're looking fantastic. And we're going to add 3 more. And here we go. And just like that. Push it all the way up. So we are making the Forever Rose for John. John, you can say hello if you feel like it. Yeah, so I might have to readjust my microphone a little bit on the main system. Believe it or not, this is like my inexpensive microphone. It's like not expensive at all. But the quality's good, and I like it because it's so minute. It's so small. Okay, and we're going to come through and put the next petal on. And there we go. So far, so good. We're looking fantastic here. Okay, we're done with that size. We're going to use a larger size rod after this. There we go. So now we have the rose built all the way this with the smaller glass rod. We're going to use the larger diameter now. And we're going to kick it up a notch and create the larger petals. Might as well use this stuff up. And this will widen the flower up. Colleen, all you have to do if you want to watch it in the normal form is you have to go to YouTube Shorts. In the window, look at YouTube Shorts and then click on the live button, and it'll be exactly the same. So when you're watching and it looks like the vertical or the horizontal, it is because you're in the normal YouTube app. Go into the Shorts section, and it will look exactly the same. It runs dual stream right now. So there's horizontal and vertical, up and down. And that's why I run it like that. And there we go. And we're going to kick on 2 more petals here. And I'll show you where we're at. What's happening? Ford Vlogs. What's up? What do you vlog? I'm like curious now. Okay, so we're doing these petals here. I'm starting to catch up on the back orders too. So for those of you that were looking for custom stuff to be done, we're getting pretty close to catching up. I know a few people have requested things, and I'm trying to get caught up on all the rest of the stuff so we can start working on some more custom items. And everybody that has requested custom that hasn't been able to get to it yet, I have you in a chronological list. So I do have you saved in order of asking for things. And here we go. Break it down. Okay. We're looking pretty good right here. Once it gets to this size, we have to start changing up the heating process a little bit. Have to preheat it a little bit in between stages. Gaming videos, I got you. That's a hard niche to try and get into, gaming. It's super hard. All right, so now we got that beautiful flower. I'm going to bring it over here. We're going to bring it right up to the side camera over here. Yeah, this looks good. I should probably try and do one later tonight out of clear and then sandblast it so you guys can see the frosted look. Now the frosted look is going to take a while longer to do because we have to make it then sandblast it. But there is one version after that I can do. Can I do half and half colored wolf? Not really. I'm not doing any wolves with color. I'm only going to do it out of clear. The colors just, they don't work out. It won't look the same. There are certain animals that, you just don't want to do in colors. It will look plasticky and not accurate. If I could do it out of color, I would, but there are reasons I don't do certain things out of colors. They just never work out correctly. It's exactly why I don't do the iris out of any colored glass other than the gold fuming. While it kind of looks like an iris, it has this plasticky looking feel to it a little. And I don't like that. I think I can get it looking much better just in clear. And besides, clear is actually way hard. It's harder for me to do it out of clear. Because you cannot hide any flaws. I mean, 0 flaws are hidden. With colored glass, you'll find a lot of people can hide a lot of stuff. With color, I could name a few glass blowers right now where I could spot their glass is all cracked. And the colors are hiding the cracks. I'm not going to name them because, in all honesty, they haven't attacked me. Like, at least one in a while. So I'm just going to leave it alone. But yeah. Can I show the tool that smashes the petals? Yeah, let me finish this first. Yeah, I could definitely fume it. Yeah, Beo, I could fume the wolf for sure. Melissa, the wolf would look better if we can sandblast the wolf. Okay, that is possible. Sandblasting the wolf is possible. And it would be all white. But I'm just telling you, let me put this petal on. I'll explain part of the reason colors don't work on that. Let me finish this guy up though. There we go. See if there's anybody that is important here. Nope. Okay. So we're going to fuse this out. So one of the reasons some of the colors don't work on like a wolf like that, the thickness of that wolf and how you have to blend in the color to make it look like fur. The drawback is if we use black on there, as you start bringing down black and you smear it down to thin it out into like fur, like a fur look, you will get secondary and tertiary colors bouncing through it. So like black can only be done in this type of glass by using oversaturated cobalt or oversaturated green. One of the two. It's either super dark green or super dark purple or blue. And when you start thinning out that glass, it starts showing blue or green. It won't show pure black. And so you end up getting stuck with this wolf that has black in it, and then you have green highlights running through it, or blue highlights running through it. And it stops looking like the wolf colors. So that's why I don't do the colors on some animals like that. Even like on dolphins, you'll notice I try not to do dolphins out of solid color. It just doesn't work right. All right, here we go. So we're going to add more petals on here. Going to get it super wide because I know John likes this, and we're going to make it look really good for him. We're going to go one extra layer, John. We're going to make it a little bit bigger since we're on live. Park that down in there. Pull it up. There we go. Blend it right in there. Couple more to go. 2 more at least. Sometimes it could take up to 5. But so far we're at 2 to go. So we are making what's called the Forever Rose. And this is for John, who is on YouTube currently. He has ordered and requested, and we're making it live. So if you decide you want to have your own rose made on live stream for a significant other, child, spouse, whatever, we can do that for you too. Although the time slots are starting to book up a little bit. We're starting to get a little bit booked on time because we still have to get it shipped off before Valentine's Day. And I need at least a week for shipping. Just in case USPS decides to be funky again and lose packages all over the place, or UPS even. We might even switch over to UPS or FedEx on these. I'm going to bring it out. I'm trying to see if I can get UPS or FedEx to actually come out and do pickups. Back when I had my warehouse, they would do that. They would come out to my location and do pickups of packages. But I was doing a lot of volume back then too. You know, it wasn't unusual for my warehouse to ship out 200-300 boxes a day. That makes it worth it. Train rolling. What's up? All right, here we go. We're going to fume this in a little bit. Some fire. So this is just kind of warming the whole piece up. We're not remelting it, we're just warming it. There we go. All right, so this is where we're at. Daisy Girl, message me on the Fiery Guy and let's create a post for you. You can also go in and do it on thefieryguy.com with, there should be a Made on Live section. Stephanie created that. But message me if you're confused about it, and we'll figure it out. It's brand new, so it's a new process for me too. So let's figure that out. But I got you. I got them put aside for you. I got them both put aside. I was actually going to bring your rose out here, but then I thought, I don't want to take a chance on it getting broken on the bench. Yeah, we'll get it handled. Okay, so this is where the magic happens. All right. This is where all the magic is going to happen here. So we got all the clear. And we're going to take pure gold and we're going to vaporize it into the rose. The process is called fuming. It's been around for a while now. And what essentially happens to this, let me explain it before we go too far. What essentially happens with it is we're going to put a little piece of gold right at the tip of the flame. That gold is going to evaporate, kind of. Break down into little nanoparticles. Those particles become so light that the flame can carry it up to the main rose and coat it like gold plated or silver plated and color the glass. So the particles of gold get so light, the flame carries it up and it sticks up here. I do got to do one more thing before we do that. I forgot to put the little extensions on here. So I got to stabilize this rose before we do it. On the bottom down here, there's little sections where the last few petals meet the stem itself. And I'm trying to stabilize that by building a little webbing of these little leaves in here, these simulated leaves. And you just connect those last little petals to the stem, and it builds a little cage for it so that this doesn't become any fragile at all. Because the rose head itself is much heavier than the stem that it's attached to. And it can create a little instability if you don't do this. It adds a nice aesthetic to it, but realistically, you got to do it for structure. So it's just simulating those little leaves that come down. Bayo, thank you so much for the membership. You are so kind. Bayo, you're one of the kindest people. Thank you. I so much appreciate you. I love everybody on here. You guys are awesome. Even 99% of the trolls are okay. We get a few bad ones, but I understand trolls are going to happen. All right, here we go. So we're going to start the coloring. I love this process. This is a real-time, cool process that we're going to do right now. We're going to grab the gold. I'm going to grab the smaller version first. We're going to start coating it. So little tiny chunks of gold on here. Baby chunks. And the reason we use small chunks is because if it gets too hot and there's too much, the gold will literally fall off. It literally gets to a melting point where it just is molten. It fall off the glass. And here we go. We're going to start fuming it with gold. Oh my God, the color's already coming out. Woo! Yes, baby. I'm not kidding. This looks awesome already. Wow. Sometimes you just get the right chunk of gold. Look at that. Just freaking gorgeous. I'm going to bring it over to this side cam. Yeah, that looks awesome. All right, we're going to warm it up. I can't believe that did it that fast, that quick, and that beautiful. That's not a normal reaction. All right, we're going to grab the borax here because that's what gives it its true color. So the next step is we're going to actually take little chunks of borax laundry soap here. And we're going to evaporate the borax into the... Nope. Wow, no. All right, you're going to have to do it for the moment. So we're going to take a little bit of borax. It is borax laundry soap, but the component in it is boron. That's what makes it borax, boron. And the boron is what makes this glass borosilicate. And we're going to vaporize that right in here. Now it's going to change the coloring by a lot. It's going to make it look much more natural color. So it's going to stop it from looking like it was painted on to actually being a part of the glass. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you're going to see a drastic change here. Okay, it just went to a very, very light pink, right? Remember, it used to be super dark, and now it went to a light pink version. Yeah, this is John's. And we're going to grab the gold again. And this should create that exotic color right now. What this does, the boron or the borax, what it does is it takes away that incredibly almost unnatural shiny look and creates a little bit of a muted color to it. It makes it look more natural as far as the color is concerned. Stops making it look like it was painted on and actually a part of the glass. And there we go. We're going to warm it up just a second, check it again. We're going to bring it back out. Yeah, it should be there, Ritzky. I don't understand why it's not then. But it definitely should be there because I'm running dual stream. It's supposed to show that when you run dual stream. But anyway, now we got that color. And bring it in. So you're supposed to be in the YouTube, according to YouTube, you're supposed to be able to be in the YouTube Shorts section and then scroll through and you should see a live action. But if not, then I'll have to message them if it's not coming up, because they're the ones that convinced me to do it. All right, one more time here. We're going to grab a little more gold. It needs a tiny bit more. There we go. Looking beautiful. It is a new feature though, so it could be bugged. I have access to all these new features that they have. I somehow got on the list of being able to do brand new features. So that is a beauty part of it. Bad part is sometimes it doesn't work. All right, a little bit down here. Like the one feature I'm not enlisting is the auto dubbing. I'm not doing that yet. That doesn't sound good to me. All right, so there we are. And there we have the rose. You can see the colors are just outstanding on here. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, side view, there we go. It just looks so natural for color. Yeah, I like this color a lot. Okay, we're going to park that in the kiln. See how long we've been on. We've been on 39 minutes, so I'm going to run another 20 minutes on the vertical or the horizontal, then we're going to switch over to vertical. So I have a time commitment I agreed to do on here. And then tonight we might try, if you guys are up for it, after we do the second one here, we might try this color here. This is a very darkish blue with a small shimmer to it. This is kind of like that turquoise color, turquoise teal. So after we'll start we'll do John's other rose here, and then we'll go to vertical and we'll do this one on the vertical stream. We'll move over to the vertical for that one. So the second rose we're doing for John is this one here. This is the cobalt blue with the silver on it. So it creates this really, really beautiful color to it. And I'm going to add the flashlight on here. It creates a really fantastic bluish hue in there with a little bit of this like greenish blue. You guys can hopefully see that coloring come out. I think of all the roses right now, this one has turned out to be my favorite now. I think this is currently my favorite color combo. We're going to move this out of the way. And I like that color because of the transitions on it. And I haven't seen it like ever done with a lot of people. So that kind of helps make the decision as well. All right, so we're going to make John's second rose here. And we're going to bring it in. Yeah, this one is by far one of the coolest colors. All of them are cool. Tisha, the vertical should be actually right now on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, you're seeing the vertical. If you're on YouTube, there's supposed to be, according to YouTube, there's supposed to be a way to engage it by being in shorts and then scrolling through the live. And you're supposed to be able to click on my name and find it there too. But apparently not. So it's got to be a bug. All right, so let's get this started. We're going to do the blue flower here with the silver fume on it. That's not going to flatten anything. And we're going to create the taco petal. Yeah, eventually they will have it where the vertical and horizontal should be separate for different channels. Like you can engage both of them separately, but right now they combined it to one. And you're supposed to be able to see the difference, but it is the way it is. Okay, so there's the taco petal. The other option I have too is just engaging the camera. I can make the camera actually zoom in and zoom out now. All right, let's get these petals on here. Or that. I saw the little crack in there. I was hoping it wouldn't do that, but it did. John, you have a special rose now. This is the one with the boo-boo online. All right, we're going to bring it out and smooth it in. There we go. So about every third or fourth petal, I will show you the progress that we are making on this. And then when I finish it, we'll definitely do some up-close views with it. Up close and personal. And there we go. All right, we are looking fantastic. And we're going to bring it out. And smooth it in. And there we are. So we're starting off this way. This is not a, it doesn't really look flowery right here. In fact, it doesn't look like a whole lot of everything. It's just kind of there. Once we start getting petals 6 and above, it looks a lot more like a flower. But 1 through 4, not so much. And as I teach people this process, like when I've taught people this process in the past, one of the biggest mistakes I see people going through is they try to make it look too much like a flower with only 3 or 4 petals on there. And it's just not going to happen. It's not organically the way it's going to take place. So while you're constructing these things, it can take a little while to get used to the fact that it's not going to look like a flower right off. And visually, it's hard to do that as you're making these. It's hard to grasp it. But after a few thousand of them, yeah, then it gets easy. Okay. There. Smooth it out. I definitely have to figure out why my main microphone that I've been using for a while, though, isn't working as well. I'm wondering if the lapel mic, the lavalier, actually got melted. It could very well have gotten melted from the heat. It would not be something I would look past. There we are. All right, now we got petals 4, 5, and 6. Mike, I don't answer any of those questions on live. You have to message me, man. I can't I can't go through and look for boxes on live, my friend. All right, Colleen, I'll check it out. I'll have to see about that. I'll have to message him and ask how that's taking place. Okay, here we go. We're going to take it and flatten. And pull it up. And smooth it in. So these are petals 6, 7, 8, 9. Or no, 7, 8, 9. We already did 6. 7, 8, and 9. I figured I'd count them out this time so y'all can know. That way you'll know exactly where we are. Okay, there we go. Okay. All right, we're gonna set this here. I'm gonna try setting up Instagram tonight too. So Instagram offers live streaming. I am qualified for it. So we might try some Instagram simultaneously with YouTube and stuff. And I am going to create a Fiery Guy Facebook. I don't use Facebook that often, but I'd be dumb not to. I mean, hit every platform you can. So we're going to create the Fiery Guy Facebook. And that way, when we're live streaming on Instagram, you'll be able to catch Facebook as well. Okay, and now we have 7, 8, 9 and on. And this is where, again, I call it that triangle method. It looks like you can definitely see the gaps. So it kind of looks like triangles of color. I think I got one blue one left. Are you blue? Yes, thank God. Oxygen and propane are the two gases. So we're going to heat all this up and put petals on here. So these will be 10, 11, and 12. And these are the wider petals, the bigger versions. We create the gap on the sides. And the angle that we start applying this at changes as well. So instead of pulling completely at an upward angle, we're coming out a lot more sideways, giving it volume on the outside. There we go. And so far, so good. We're looking good here. Bring it out and push in and off to the side. Here we go. So far, so good. Same name on Instagram. Yes, Fiery Guy. There should be a link somewhere for it. Yeah, this is going to look good, John. I'm telling you, these are going to be outstanding. Actually, every rose is outstanding. If it doesn't look outstanding, I ain't making it. I ain't selling it to you. So if I make a rose on live stream and it does not look good, I will remake it. Especially for gifts. Definitely not doing that route. But yeah, it should be same name. Should be Fiery Guy. It may not be the Fiery Guy. I'll have to look on Instagram, but it should be Fiery Guy. I just started posting videos to it lately and trying to see how it works. It works good, mostly because I can use the meta glasses and post a lot from the meta glasses. So the reason I want to use Instagram really bad is so that we can live stream from these. So I'll be able to live stream from the meta glasses POV view on Instagram. You get to see it live stream. So you'll see my point of view. Oh, I forgot to show the rose. Dang it. One more. Let me get this petal on here and I'll show it to you. Damn it. These are 13, 14, and 15 here. So we will be able to do the POV with Instagram and Facebook. That's the one camera angle I have been striving to get down and get it looking good. All right, so now we're getting a little whiter here. It's starting to fill out. What's up, Leslie? How are you? What's up, Fidel? How are you? Okay, so we're going to bring it in, and we're going to still continue to add in petals. I think we're going to do one more row after this one even. I think I got room to do it. Yeah. There we are. Yeah, we're looking good. I am going to do one more row after this. We're definitely going one more row. With the rod cobalt, you would have to request that, Trisha. Everything has to go through the fieryguy.com. There should be messages and forms to fill out there. And here we go. Bring it out and smooth it up. We're definitely doing one more row on here. Thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're definitely doing one more row because I can, and John's been such an awesome person on here too. So we're going to definitely pop it out one more row. Going to bring it up. We have room to do it. Definitely have room to pop in one more row. So this will be 15, 16, or wait, 16, 17, 18. It looks a lot more petals than that, right? Looks like it should be like 30 petals, but this is only 18 of them. To me, it always looks like it's more than it really is. I don't know what the hell that is. It's like a spider web or something. There's no spider web that should live here, though. Definitely get melted off. Oh yeah, this makes a difference. I like it. I'm glad we went one more row. It kind of completes it. Yeah, definitely glad we did one more. What's up, Jay? It's so weird for me to say the name Jay. Jason and Jay are so hard for me to say. What's up, Radiohead? I love the band. Radiohead's awesome. There we go. Bring it in. And pop it in there. I just got done listening to In Excess too. I hadn't heard their music in a while. I forgot how good they were. All right, last one. Thank you, Barbara. Barbara, we got the roses. You ordered them online, and are we doing them live? I don't have my stuff in front of me, so I can't tell. But are we doing them for you on live? I hope so, unless we already did them. I don't think we did. There we go. I don't have your order in front of me, so I can't tell. There we go. I'm going to pop them in this way. Yeah, I'm so glad we went one extra row. This is so worth it. Definitely looks better. Very, very happy we went out. That made a huge difference. Okay, Barbara, I got you. I'll take a look. All right, so right now we're going to preheat it. In fact, we're going to kick it down a notch. So this is actually warming it up. From the top, center got cold up here, center and top. So I'm kind of warming things up, back up. I don't want to remelt it. I just want to warm it so we don't get any cracking issues. So this is the blue rose, all complete right now. Now we got to add in the little flowery extensions on the bottom to stabilize it. And then we're going to silver fume this one. So this requires silver. And then we're going to add the borax, change up the color, and determine if we have to silver fume it anymore beyond that. So right now we're just going to stabilize the rose head up here. Again, if I don't do this, they become fragile. They just, it's much better this way. It's just one extra step I wish I didn't have to do, but if I don't do it, it's like lazy. And we don't want to be lazy. I'm not lazy that way. There we go. So that little extension down there, it just stabilizes this whole flower, because that is a lot of weight for that little rod right there. In order to make it look like a pretty decent rose, you got to have a bigger bud up here versus the stem. All right, so we're going to warm it back up. I'm going to show you with the flashlight before we add silver. Then we're going to do the flashlight with the silver. And we'll do the borax. And every stage, I will show you exactly where we're at. This is where the magic actually starts to happen here. So there we are. We just got straight up cobalt. Pretty by itself, okay? If you want straight up cobalt, nothing wrong with that at all. It's a fantastic color. We're going to grab our silver over here. So there's a little bit of silver on this rod right here. And that silver is going to vaporize and transfer onto the blue. And start coating it. My little chunk of silver is way down there too. May have to pull a fresh one out of this. Unless I can get it to pop out. There we go. All right. Woo! There we go. Now we got it. Woo! That worked. Now look at the coloring coming out. See how we got all that beautiful blues and greens going on now? Okay, now we're going to add the magic. So we kind of heat it back up. We're going to burn that silver in here. It's just kind of melding it in. Right now it's just kind of coated on it. I want to fuse it into the glass, like blend it actually into it. Now we have that done. We're going to add in the borax again. Just got to get all this chunk off here. All right, here we go. So this is the borax that we're going to add in. This is literally borax laundry soap. It really is. And it is one of the ways we can add coloring to this. It stabilizes the metals into the glass. A little bit hotter here. Kind of acts like a flux, if you will. It's the best way I could describe it, a flux. And I can already tell this looks absolutely stunning. One more little polish out here. I think I just roasted a bug too. And you guys ready for the reveal? Here we go. Now we have all those colors running through. We might add a little bit more silver to it, get it to bounce through a little bit more. I'm going to come over to the side pot. Oh man, that looks good. We're going to do a little bit more on here. I'm going to shoot it with a little more silver. Just a tiny bit. And then we're going to fire in some borax again one last time. Where's my super silver at? There you are. Hello, gorgeous. All right, that's it. That silver's done. Let me see if I got one more in here. I probably do. There we are. And there you are. Hello, beautiful. There we go. Wow. So this is pre anything else. Now we got lots of shiny to it. We're going to dilute that down real quick. Okay, and a little bit of, oh man, I got this. This borax always keeps grabbing more and more. And here we go. That's definitely got some awesome blending there. So we definitely hit the mark. I am going to add a tiny bit of silver to the outside petals. So what I'm going to try and achieve is get the outside petals just a little bit. I'm going to try and change the color of the outside just by a little bit, a small margin. And it's just on the outside, nowhere else. So here we go. We're going to bring it in and just the outer section here. Yeah, and a little buzz right up to here. And that's perfect. Absolutely stunning. I like this one. It is a rose. By any other name, still a rose. But look at that coloring now. We did add a little bit of hue to the outside, changing it, giving it a tertiary type color way on the outer portion. But yeah, there it is. It looks really stunning coming to the outside camera here. There we go. You almost can't even tell that that was cobalt at one time. Can't even tell it was cobalt. I'm going to bring those guys in there. So yeah, that's how that part works. Okay, so yeah, I don't know where the poop emoji would be. No idea. Okay, so we are going to change over to the vertical stream here on YouTube. So I'm going to sign off. We've had a long enough stream on here. I went over the hour. So we're going to sign off and come right back in 5-10 minutes. I'm going to see about the microphone, see why it's acting up. But yeah, I'm not sure why the microphone's acting up on there. So I will be back in 10-15 minutes. I just need a minute to change over the stream.